Sup my friends, and welcome back to the Dragon's Lair. This is the Taoist Dragon, but you can call me Toasty of the Epic Peeps family, and this is Will You Press the Button? Maybe, probably, I don't know. Will You Press the Button is like Would You Rather, and I was thinking I haven't done a Would You Rather in a while, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do Will You Press the Button. I'll probably do this intermittently, I don't do this too often. If you guys like those, though, let me know, and I'll do them more often. So you either choose to press the button or you don't. The buttons consist of two things. It's got a good thing and a bad thing. You are green and blue all over, but people will forgive anything you do. Why the heck not? People will forgive me for being green and blue all over, too. They'll just be like, hey, that's the cool green and blue person. Let's see, like 40,000 people chose to push the button. That makes sense, honestly. You can erase the mind of anyone you choose. You leave a scar on them whenever you do it, letting everyone know that you erased their mind. Are we assuming here, then, that if they see the scar, it's like a very particular scar, and they just know, it's like, oh, you got your mind erased by a dragon. It's like, what did he want you to not remember? I mean, I don't have the desire to erase the minds of people. I would feel bad for it. If you're angry with me or upset with me, I gotta deal with that. I can't just like, oh, I'm so sorry, bam, forget it. So I will not press that button. And 18,000 people would push the button? You guys are jerks and not nice, and I'm just joking. Any story you think of instantly gets written down for you without you having to write it yourself. You'll forever be compared to Stephanie Meyer? Pretty much, I have any story that I think of just instantly, it's bam, it's written, I don't have to write it. And that's amazing. I even went on about how I'm being a writer and stuff. I just like this one person's comment, so I have to scroll down and show you guys. When compared to Stephanie Meyer, the story is the best in the history of the universe, and Stephanie Meyer is crap. I've never read Twilight. I don't want to. I've heard stuff, but just like seeing it, it's not really my cup of tea. That comment, though, brings up a good point. It's compared to Stephanie Meyer, but it's just like, oh, compared to her, this is the best in the universe. So it's not necessarily a negative thing, even if you don't like the Twilight series, to be compared. So heck yeah, I'm going to push that button, because I have a lot of story ideas, and I wish I had time to write them all, but I don't. And with this power, I could have all my stories written, and not only that, they will be reviewed by people, and compared to this other author, who cares? I mean, that happens in life anyways. Your stories are always going to get compared to other things, and there's a theory that there's only so many kinds of stories you can have. And there's like archetypal stories, and apparently there's only like 7 or 11, I don't remember off the top of my head. Which is not to discourage you creative people from going out and trying. I personally think it's freeing to free yourself from the I need to make this original and it can't be like anything else mindset, because if you hold yourself to that, you're going to be depressed because people will compare your work to other things. It's what people do. They see the comparisons. So I'm going to push this button. And 36,000 people did. I mean, why not? Gain the ability to fluently speak and understand every language and dialect in the world, but you can never speak or understand the English language afterward. There's another comment. I need to show this because these people post some really insightful comment. You can speak every language. That includes English. So let's just reword this as you gain the ability to fluently speak and understand every language and dialect except English and English dialects. But how far does that go? Because English is like Germanic, it all like descends from there. And a lot of German words are actually similar to English words because of the origins of stuff. Would I not be able to understand them because it's in English? now there's like all sorts of different rooms for technicalities, because I could still speak quite a bit to an English, native English speaker just by understanding other languages, just because we borrow from those other languages. I couldn't have a conversation, but I'd be like, oh, I recognize that and that and that. But I feel like that's true in any language because of the words that they borrow. However, this is a weird thing, because right now the trade language is English, so it's very important to speak English, but that's not necessarily always going to be the case. And besides that, there are more not English languages than there are English. I mean, duh, it's just one language out of how many? It would be so cool to be able to speak every language fluently. I'd miss not being able to speak English though, I'll admit that. I want to just be able to speak every language, and this is something that I've thought about a lot. It's like, oh, it would be so cool if I could speak and understand every language. I personally think I want to push the button because it would allow me to speak and understand more kinds of people. Yeah, more people agreed with me. Okay, you'll be the smartest person in the world, but you're ugly. Well, honestly, it's not about the second part, as it is about the first part. Being smart is great, it's also isolating. And just because I'm not the smartest person in the world, I could still be pretty darn smart and not ugly. So I will not push that button. And it's a pretty close fit, but yeah, most people would have pushed that button. Thank you so much for watching this bit of the Dragon's Treasure. Pretend a like is a mic and drop it. If you haven't already, I appreciate if you show that sub and bell button some love. And don't forget, sharing is caring. Stay beautiful!